Hello and welcome everyone to another episode from my mobile command center. The proper videos are coming out. I'm telling you, they're coming out. As soon as I get home, I'm actually planning to record another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch and the new leaks that came out that are actually showing the hidden features that the Nintendo didn't announce yet. Also, the video coming out later today is gonna be great, and I suggest that you watch that too in a couple of hours. Basically, that video will focus about the price, the storage options, and the bundles, as well as other things that I came across from a very reliable sources. So we'll be discussing that. So today, right now, let's do without any further delay, we're gonna dive into the new features. Basically, there was a lady on Reddit, I forgot her name, I can't remember from the top of my head. She was leaking stuff about the NX like a year before it actually was announced, or even more, and she was pretty much always spot on. She was always spot on. So what happened basically, she leaked out some more information and the patterns that were previously not noticed. So Nintendo Switch, you remember you saw those two controllers that clip onto the side, and they're using some kind of a magnetic technology to clip onto it. And basically those things, Nintendo is going to be selling different variations of them and different kinds of things that will expand the functionality of this tablet, basically, of this system. So not only that, they're gonna have a specialized controllers for different kind of games, you know, like there was some mock-ups already for shooters, for racing, and for even fishing games that look like a fishing rod, right? You can clip one on the other. But one of the most interesting things that came out from that patent is something Nintendo didn't mention yet, is that every controller will have some kind of a IR blaster or like infrared camera or something like that. And once you clip them and you dock the fucking thing into the dock next to your TV, then you'll be able to actually have a motion controls like Wii style, basically. So yeah, that's thing. Camera, rear and front camera can be expanded as well using these Joy-Con controllers. How much are they gonna cost? I have no idea, and this is where the price issue is gonna start to come in. A lot of people speculating that it's gonna be $300, and in the video later on I'll show you the stuff that I came across and people I spoke to. They're actually saying that pretty much the console itself is gonna cost $300, but it's not gonna include the dock in a normal bundle. So because the dock apparently adds more power to the console, so when in the docked mode it's got much more power than in the tablet mode. There's a lot of things we're going to be talking about in the video. In terms of these features that I told you, I think it's a great idea that you can actually customize or expand features of the Switch using these options. I mean, it kind of starts to remind me of this project, is it Aura or something like that from Google, the modular phone. My only concern is that how much are those controllers going to cost with expanded functionality, and also how are they planning to market this to people, and how easy it's going to be to lose these things, you know, or what happens if you drop it? Does this whole thing just shatters like a puzzle and you have to put it all together? A lot of interesting questions left. Obviously you don't realize that Nintendo is not going to come out and lay out everything straight away, because then they don't have anything else for the 5 months to hype people with. So it's worth also remembering that the Skyrim footage that you've seen in a promotional trailer was not actually real. Bethesda just confirmed that they just collaborated with them on that trailer in particular. They had nothing, like, for now it doesn't seem like it's a real thing. In any case, don't forget that Skyrim is like, what, 5 or 6 years old already by now, so it's not really a graphical masterpiece unless it's a remastered version. So I'm still excited, I'm still stoked. There are people and analysts who are very skeptic about this whole thing. Nintendo dropped like 6% of their shares after the announcement instead of gaining, which is surprising because I thought people would be excited. Yes, we don't know anything about it, but the concept is unique, the concept is great. If I can play the same game on my TV and on the go, it's great. Now the only thing they need to answer as soon as possible before they alienate the people is a couple of things. First, price. Second, what are the storage options? What is inside? Is the dog gonna have additional storage options? How the hell are you gonna... Yes, we can use the cartridge, but there must be online infrastructure. What is that online infrastructure? Is it gonna be compatible with the previous titles? I know they already said the 3DS titles will not work, at least not, the cards will not work. So there's a lot of questions, and they only have 5 months before the release. They have to play the game smart. They cannot leave these things out. If they're gonna announce the price and the storage options and this and that, and it's gonna be bad. If they're gonna announce it closer to the release, they're screwed, because they'll just kill the momentum and excitement that the people have. Can you imagine if you wait until the very end and then you're like, yeah, it's gonna have 32 gigabytes built-in storage. Guess what, like one game now is 30-40 gigs. I think the best ways would be either include some kind of a storage, let's say 32 gigs by default. This is not, they can't charge $300-400 and put like 512 gigabytes of flash storage in there. No, it's not gonna work like that. What I hope they'll do is that they'll allow you to use SD or micro SD cards. That would be the best solution, because you can get them up to a terabyte right now already. Expensive, but at least it's an option. So that's my prediction, that it's gonna use a SD cards or micro SDs. Hopefully, not proprietary shit like Sony is using with the Vita that cost a fucking arm and a leg up until now. So I hope you're excited about the Nintendo Switch. I think the concept is great. Something new, something fresh, something very Nintendo-like, not going for the masses and mainstream that PlayStation and Xbox are dominating with right now. That's a classic Nintendo. I'm actually probably more excited about the NES Classic, the mini console that is coming out soon, than the Switch. But will I buy it? Yes, it will depend, of course, on what it is and what kind of options we're looking at. Nintendo needs to come out, as I said, and say everything that is bad right now, so that the people will forget it, or they'll kind of marinate on it, and then they'll be like, ah, screw it, I'll still buy it. Because if you do at the very end to talk about the negatives on the console, the battery life as well, then people may cancel pre-order, maybe not buy it, you know, and so on and so forth. Anyway, this is all I have to say for now about the Nintendo NX. I keep calling it NX, it's fucking Switch. The thing is, I actually prefer them just calling it NX, which probably stands for next or something like that. It was a much better name than the Switch. Thank God they got away from the Wii and Wii U stuff. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, my dear listeners and viewers. Please subscribe to this channel by clicking the button down there below, or another one over there. Leave the comments below. I like to read your comments, try to reply as much as I could. Apologize that I didn't do that in the last week, because I was in a hospital for most of the time. Now I'm back home. My wife is away with the kids at her in-laws' house, so I have time to do things that I want and like and enjoy doing. So thank you very much, and I'll see you all on the next episode of Game Vortex, which is going to come out later on tonight.